Wait, good morning, class. Um, I'll be discussing here the quiz one for the first batch. So this is just almost the same as it work. For number one, according to this, a farmer has enough money to build 67 meters of fence. What is the maximum area that can be enclosed? So, kung malala nyo, if you're going to build a fence, it's rectangular, and the 67 meter is actually the perimeter. Okay, it's the side that will enclose the actual fence. So ang tinatanong sa atin is the maximum area. So if we're going to represent the fence that we're going to build in this form, so x is the horizontal and y is the vertical, then the area is x times y. Now you cannot directly differentiate this, that's why you have to express y in terms of x or x in terms of y. So I choose y in terms of x kasi sanay tayo na mag-differentiate ng one term in terms of x. So how can we get the value of y in terms of x? We can use the perimeter. So the perimeter is the total composition. Therefore, dalawang x, dalawang y. Ito po yun. Okay, then we get the value of y to express it in terms of x. So we transpose the 2x to the left, being negative, then retains 2y. Then we divide everything by 2 for this to be cancelled out. So, pwede natin tig-isahin doon. So, you have 67 over 2. Then, 2x over 2x. So, you have this. Then, you can also cancel this one. And then, 67 divided 2 is 33.5. So, now, you have the value of y. From there, pwede na natin siyang i-substitute dito. Itong portion ito. So, substituting it, you have a equal to x. And then, yung y will be 33.5 minus x coming from here. Then we distribute x before we differentiate. So x times 33.5, this one. Then you have x times x, you have negative x squared. Then pwede na tayo mag-differentiate with respect dun sa natirang variable. Kasi dito mahirapan tayo na with respect kanino, kay x or y. So that's why we express this in terms of one variable only. So dito pwede na po we differentiate it with respect to x kasi yun yung natitira. So you have dA over dx, this one 33.5 times 1 na lang yun, and then ito naman will be negative 2x. Then sa ating maximum minima, we equate the first derivative to 0 to get a critical number. So once na yan na-equate na natin sa 0 yan, kas, so you have this 0 equals the first derivative, 33.5 minus 2x. Then we get the value of x as our critical. So from negative 2x, we transpose to the left, became positive 2x. We divide everything by 2 to get only the value of x. Then 33.5 divided 2 is 16.75. So once na meron na tayo dito, ito yung isa sa dimension. So kunyari nahanap sa problem yung dimension, so ito yun. And then yung y naman coming from this, so 33.5 minus the x na kinuha natin, you have 16.75. And then pag hinanap yung area, just simply multiply the x and y. Okay, so you have 280.56. Ito ay just in case nahanapin yung mga term na part lang din ng ating solution. Okay, so yung number 2 natin dito ay sabi dyan, so number 2, a 10-foot ladder is resting against the wall. So nakasandal. Fix yung ladder, 10 foot. The bottom is initially 7 feet away. Okay, kunyari ito yung wall, ito yung paanong ladder. So 7 feet siya initially. And is being pushed toward. So tinutulak. Possible, itong x ay gagalaw, liliit, while yung y lalaki naman kasi ito nga ay fix. And sabi dyan, at a rate of 0.5 foot per second. Bakit negative? Kasi habang ipinupush niya yung bottom ng ladder, lumiliit yung x. So, we're going to put negative. Basta decreasing, negative, increasing, positive. How fast is the top of the ladder moving up the wall 4 seconds after we push it. So, after 4 seconds daw, tinatanong, gano'n nakabilis umaangat yung ating ladder. So, since ito ay lumalaki, yung vertical part, we put a variable here. Yung x ay lumiliit pag tinulak. So, we put a variable. Dito sa 10 foot, kung mapansin nyo, hindi tayo naglagay ng variable kasi fix ang length ng ladder. So, ang tinatanong po is how fast. So, we need the rate of change of y. So, we can relate the 3 by using the Pythagorean theorem. So, we have y squared plus x squared equal to 10 squared. And then, we differentiate it. Kasi once we differentiate na natin siya with respect to time, then we can get the unknown, which is the dy dt. So, differentiate natin with respect to time. You have 2y dy dt plus yung x natin will be 2x dx over dt equal to the constant. So, i-isolate natin si dy over dt, which transpose the positive 2x to the right became negative 2x over times dx over dt. Then, we only need the dy over dt. So, we divide everything by 2y para makancel yung katabi ni dy dt. So, dito naman, mapapansin natin, pwede natin makancel si 2. Ang matitira dito will be negative x, then multiplied to dx over dt, and then we divide everything by y. That's a formula, but the problem is we only have the dx over dt, which is negative 0.5. We don't have x and y. So, how are we going to get the x and y? So, in solving the x and y, we can use the given na 4 seconds. So, yung x natin, tinutulak siya ng 0.5 foot per second. Therefore, after 4 seconds, naka 2 feet na yan. So, yung 2 feet na yon, yun yung na-consume. Ito yon. So, possible dito siya nag-move. Ito yung 2 feet. So, hindi po yun yung x. Ang x natin dapat, ano yung layo from the wall. Kaya, mapapansin nyo, sinubtract natin siya kay 7. Kasi yun yung initial na layo niya. So, 7 minus 2, you have 5 feet. Okay? Yung y naman, makukuha natin gamit si Pythagorean theorem. So, yung y, ito, pag nilipat natin doon, tas in square root, we have 10 squared as 100 minus yung nilipat natin na x squared. So, square root, para mawala yung square. So, since we already have x, we have 5 squared. This is square root of 75. You want to use the decimal. So, ang decimal nito ay I think 8.660. Okay lang. So, sa akin, mas safe ginamit ko yung square root of 75 para hindi ako mag-round off pa. Okay? Once na okay na yon, replace na natin siya dito sa ating unknown. So, yung x natin is from here, we have 5. So, this will be negative 5 times. Yung dx dt natin, negative 0.5. Then, yung y natin from here, square root of 75. Once kinompute, the answer will be positive 0.29. So, it's positive every second na dadagdagan yung y, vertical part natin ng 0.29 foot. Okay? So, that's the first quiz.